world is changing and the way in which people work together is changing, so university education needs to change as well. We've therefore reimagined what a university education entails, the way students learn, the way we teach. We're hoping to provide students with a broader range of skills to take advantage of what we see as a world full of possibilities.
We know that there are some elements of the education we're never going to change. We're never going away from rigour. We're never going away from depth of disciplinary knowledge and command. But we do need to be mindful that students are going to face an increasingly uncertain future. They're going to need greater agility, they're going to need greater digital literacy, they're going to need greater resilience than ever before. In essence, this curriculum is about preparing those students for that.
There'll be 4 key parts to the new Sydney undergraduate experience. The first is academic rigour, where students will develop excellence in their primary field of study. The second part is a global perspective, where students will gain cultural competence and have an international experience. The third is cross-disciplinary learning, where students will have an opportunity to take units and subjects from other fields of study, and where we'll bring students together from different disciplines to work on problems together. The fourth part are real-world projects, where we'll give students authentic experience in addressing community, industry, entrepreneurship or research challenges.
When you lead in a complex world, the problems that you're going to be asked to deal with are very rarely going to be resolved through one disciplinary lens. That's why the curriculum is so built on this construct of interdisciplinarity and allowing our students, and indeed more than allowing, promoting the idea that the students traverse a greater breadth of content so that in their futures they can successfully deal with the very complex challenges that are going to arise.
We've designed this curriculum after carefully considering a lot of sources of information. We've reviewed the research literature, we've consulted broadly with our staff, we've listened to student feedback, we've consulted with employers, and we've tracked both graduate outcomes and labour market trends. We're convinced that this constellation of components is what will prepare students best for the coming world.
Our benchmarks here are not local, they're international, because our graduates are going to spend their careers in an international dimension, in an international labour market. So we've talked to an enormous number of people, not just here in Australia, but throughout the world, and we've taken the benefit of that wisdom and brought it together to design something that really is very revolutionary for us and very exciting.
We'll continue to have single, double and combined degrees across professional, specialist and generalist degrees, that is the broad degrees in arts, commerce and science, and these will offer an unparalleled choice of study areas. We're introducing a new shared pool of majors across the university, which will allow students to tailor their degree to their own interests.
The really exciting thing about the DL Scholars Program is that it draws together a joined-up experience for all of the scholars who enter the program across the institution as a whole. We've always had programs for talented students and advanced students. The difference here is a greater sense of unity, a greater sense of cohort, and a greater sense of opportunity that we build in systemically for the cohort as a whole.
We're introducing a new degree, the Bachelor of Advanced Studies, which will allow students to supercharge their 3-year degree by taking the 2 degrees in combination. This will allow students to obtain the experience of all 4 of the components we've described to a very deep level. Students will have additional learning opportunities in our new open learning environment. There they'll be able to access short courses on topics as diverse as design thinking, cultural studies, foundational concepts from other disciplines and entrepreneurial thinking.
In the new curriculum, we're adding things that we've never offered before in terms of that breadth of opportunity for students to traverse the curriculum, find new combinations of knowledge that they haven't been able to access before, and really just take these incredible learning journeys.